Hi everyone, this is Mindy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you an introduction to wax seals. Now I've kind of been putting this off for a while now, but when Spellbinders came out with their kit, I jumped on it and let me tell you, I fell down the rabbit hole. So today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to create wax seals, how to decorate with them, and some do's and don'ts. So even though you think this may not be for you, I do encourage you to stick around and watch the process. Now first, let's take a look at the kit. So here is the Sealed by Spellbinders kit. That's what they call their wax seal kit. Beautiful packaging, of course, and it comes with this band that went around the box that you can remove. Now I am going to just carefully kind of rip this open. I don't want to ruin any words on the inside because the inside gives you very detailed instructions on how to do the wax seal. So I did look at this and kind of follow along with it. Now the contents in the kit is this silicone mat that we will be using to put our wax on. And then there is also this base. And this is one of the things that intrigued me because I honestly had no clue about wax seals. So when it came in a kit, I was very excited that everything is in here that I need except for the tea light. So you do already get a wax stamper, wax seal stamper. You get a melting spoon, and then you get some wax beads. Now I also want to show you that I do also have a Silicone Craft Mat from Honeybee Stamps. It's a smaller work surface, but it has these little molds on here that I'll be showing later on. Since Spellbinders came out with their kit and additional products, I've been slowly kind of accumulating some things. So I do have a variety of wax stampers here that I've been collecting. I have the spoon, and I also have a spoon from Honeybee Stamps. It is metal on the end and then wooden handle, and that to me is very important. The wax stampers themselves also have a wooden handle. These are from Honeybee. This one is a solid heart, and then we also have a rose here. Both Honeybee and Spellbinders have wax beads. There are wax sticks, and I've kind of been watching some videos, and I've seen a variety of ways to do the wax seals, but I really do think the beads are probably the easiest way to go. I can't quite speak from experience because I never tried the other way, but just by watching some videos, I really love the beads. Now, me personally, I think the beads, we have way more control over how much wax is going to be created or creating our seal with. Now, I did take, I pardon for this awful case. It's quite yellowed because it was my daughter's case that she used to keep her bands in from her rainbow loom, and I kind of confiscated it. So it's been around for a long time and it's kind of yellowed. But I'm placing all of my wax beads in these little compartments. They are great for this. Now, after this video was done, I did it in 2 days. So during that time, I did run to the store and grab a new case. So it's going to look a lot prettier at the end because I transferred everything over. After I had all of my beads in the containers, I printed out some labels with my label maker that says the name of the color and the company. And I did that because I'm also going to be putting the ones from Honeybee Stamps in here as well. And I want to make sure they're labeled so that way if I'm running low or run out, I know where they came from and what color it was. So now let's jump in because this is so fun. I haven't been this excited over a product in a long time. And I do get excited about product, but this one just really hit something with me. So you will need a tea light. I lit that and then I placed this holder over the top. I have my spoon on the holder and then I placed about 4 of the wax beads in my spoon. I super sped up the process of this melting because that's one of my fascinations is watching it melt. But once you can see those beads kind of disappear, I'm going to take my craft pick and just kind of stir that up a little bit. This is going to be a fun technique later on that I'll be showing you. But I kind of mix it up. I'm going to wipe off that wax with a paper towel. Then I'm going to pick up the spoon by the wooden handle and just slowly pour this onto the silicone mat. That silicone mat is going to help so that we can easily remove this and use our seals later on. Then I'm going to take my wax stamper and I'm not pushing this. I'm just gently placing it into the wax and letting it kind of do its own thing and let that fall into the wax and then let go and let it sit. Now, while that wax is still warm in my spoon, I'm going to clean that with a paper towel. Do not touch the metal portion of your spoon. It is super hot. I have hurt myself before doing this when I was just learning how to do this a few months back. So do not touch that spoon. Now, once my spoon is clean, I placed another color in here. They recommend about 3 to 4 beads. I really like 4 beads in here. Let that melt. And then once again, I'm going to take my craft pick and just kind of stir that up a little bit. Now, a few things that I have seen is people have bags of ice cubes that they put their wax stamper in, or their spoons on, I should say on top of the bag with ice cubes. If you have a glass mat, you do not need to do that. My glass mat, and I've noticed this when it comes to hot foil plates, all I need to do is put my spoon or my wax stamper on top of my glass surface, and it really does help speed up that cooling process. Now, these really don't take that long to cool, but once they do, you can just remove that wax stamper and we have this perfect wax seal. But we can dress these up a little bit. So while it looks fabulous the way it is with this design in here, we can step it up a little bit with a metallic paint marker. And I do really recommend these metallic paint markers that I have linked down below in the video description. I have tried a few other paint markers that I had in my stash and they just weren't working for me. These I found were really the best. So I'm just gently dragging my tip over the image to add a little bit of that color. So I think Spellbinders has gold, silver, and I think there's a copper, but I love the gold and silver. So here's a close-up look of those images with that metallic paint marker on them, and it just really steps these up. Now you can use these on the front of your cards, your envelopes, as embellishments, invitations, really for anything. I'm just doing them kind of on the side. For one, I was just experimenting. For two, I'm just not ready to do envelopes. And when I am ready to mail out a card, I don't want to have to sit, dig out my wax products, make a seal. These are going to be all ready to go and I can just attach them to the front of my envelope or card project. Now, a couple tips that I have learned is you do not want to let your spoon sit there with the melted wax over the candle for too long. It can start bubbling, and if you get bubbles in there or if it's overheated, it will add bubbles to your actual wax when you put your stamper on. And unless that's the look you're going for, you really don't want to do that. Now, a couple of these, like the one I just did and this one that I'm pouring right now, I actually combined my beads. So this one I have red with, I think, a white bead in there. The other one I did maybe a teal and a pearl white. This is black with, I believe, silver in it. So you can mix up your beads and create this kind of marble effect, which is really beautiful too. So now after I finished adding that metallic paint pen to this one, I'll give you a look at what I've accomplished so far. And this was in one night session. I found it extremely soothing. I don't know what it was. I just really enjoyed this process. The next day I had some ideas. I also ran out and got my new storage case and I came back and I just hit my record button to film what I was doing. And it also brought me a few other tips that I wanted to share with you. So this one, I overdid my beads. I believe I added 5. 5 is a little bit too much. You're going to see when I pour this out and I put my wax stamper in there, it really kind of spreads out. If that's what you want, great, but I'm going to show you what I end up doing with that later in case you come across one that you're just not really happy with. Now, another thing that I came across in kind of my experimenting is you notice that I have still some red wax in there. And I thought, well, let's reuse it. I added some more wax and you can see right now it's smoking. I reused my spoon maybe 2 or 3 times and I'm getting smoke coming out. I don't know if I really recommend reusing your spoon, even though it comes up with some really cool results. You'll see in my black one, I think it is, I have some black mixed in with red. I would maybe reheat your spoon once, but what's happening is that your wax that's already in your spoon is already heated up to a certain temperature. And then we're adding beads that have to melt on their own. So we have 2 different temperatures going on in our spoon, which is really you don't want to remix or you don't want to mix up temperatures because that can cause bubbles and just different things happening in your wax seal that you may or may not want. Those are just some things that I ran across that I wanted to point out with you. So here is that one where I mixed kind of some red with the black, which I think looks really neat. Another thing I like to do is I'm setting my spoon on top of my mat. That's protecting my surface if you happen to not be working on a glass mat. I could set this off on the side on my glass mat to cool as well. Anything that may be left over on the outside of the spoon and gets on my mat, I can just wipe that up or pick up with my fingernail later on. Now, there was this one. It was actually the second one I did where I had reused some wax that was in my spoon. I didn't like it. It was way too big and kind of clumpy on the outside. So I just cut it up with my scissors and put a few pieces back in my spoon to remelt them. Now, since I know my glass mat helps cool things down a little more quickly, what I do with my base, because that top part where it's gold around my candle on the top, it gets pretty hot because my candle's been going for quite a while. So when I am completely all done and blow out the candle, I'm actually going to flip that base upside down. So that metal part of my holder or my base is touching my glass surface. And that just really helps speed up that cooling down process so I could put everything away. Now, another thing I wanted to touch on is the shape of your seal. Now, typically, seals have been around for eons and centuries. We are not the first people to be doing wax seals. And typically, those people were not worried about if their shape is perfectly circle or what it looks like. They just did it. Now, if you do want a perfectly round circle, you can try using the mold. I actually kind of struggled using the molds. This is the Honeybee Stamps silicone mat. I'm better off doing it on my own on the side without a mold. And I just make sure that when I'm pouring, I am pouring directly in the center. So I'm kind of doing it myself, so to speak. You'll see that when I'm done here, I kind of overdid my pouring with the mold and I'm getting some harsh edges that I really didn't care for. I don't mind if it's not perfectly circle. I don't mind that at all. I didn't like the harsh edges that the mold gave me when I was pouring. So that's probably just operational error on my part. These ones were ones that I poured myself and I absolutely love them. Now, through all of this, I will admit I completely fell down the rabbit hole with these wax seals. I love the process of it. I love watching the wax melt and kind of experimenting with different colors. It was just very therapeutic for me. I have never really felt this way about any other things. I mean, I love stencils, I love ink blending, but there was something about creating these wax seals that just really inspired me. And to be honest, I kind of like just taking them out and playing with them in my hands, kind of like a fidget toy. So lots of ways that these are just therapeutic for me and also can bring joy on the cards and envelopes that I plan on putting them on. I hope you found this video informative and will give wax seals a try. I will have all of my supplies linked down below in the video description and over on my blog as well. You'll definitely be seeing more of this from me. Thanks so much for joining.